afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my channel. It is time for my Sunday edition of my Flosstube, and I didn't do one last Sunday, and I was meant to do a short video format and post about the winners of the giveaway, and I haven't done that either, so I'm so sorry. I am a little bit behind schedule, which is I'm not going to go into it too much, but it has been sort of, I wouldn't say messy, but there are a lot of things to coordinate this time of year, so it's just been a lot, and I think I've been sort of having a little bit of an overload for my brain. So I haven't been able to get everything done as I needed it to get done. So I'm so sorry if I missed posting stuff, but I did get in touch with the winners of the giveaway, so I'm super happy about that, and the stuff is sent out and I hope will be arriving shortly. So anyways, maybe you're completely new to this channel and you have no idea what I'm talking about, and that is of course totally fine. I talk mostly about stitching progress on these Sunday editions. Sometimes if I have bought stuff, I might do a little bit of a product review, show and tell, so to speak. And this is also a shorter format type of video, so they typically are not too long. For longer updates, I do like a regular Flosstube every other month, and then I will show you everything that I stitched on, so that will normally be a longer video. And I am gearing up to do the mid-year whip parade. I will of course do normal stitching progress, but I will show you all my whips that I have going this year. There is just one that I'm pausing, which is called Gazing, but I'm pausing that one, but all the others I'm super excited to stitch on. And it's a shame because I have the stitch bug. The stitching bug is really big. I really love stitching, but just lately I haven't had that much time to do it. But every time I do get a little bit for myself, a little bit of time for myself to stitch, it is super nice. So onto the stitching progress, and as you can see, the first one is Steampunk Portal. Have it on Earth Design. It's the stitch along, the SAL 2025, and not much progress. I have done a little bit, of course, here, but yeah, I have wanted to do more, but I also know that, I think I said this before, but after midsummer, I know I'm going to have more time. I have more control over my schedule, and I know I can sort of plan my time so much better. So for now, I'm just picking it up now and then. I think I'm still in my 15,000, which is not enough, but like once I get to sit down with this and work on it a few days, then I know I'm gonna be able to add up. And again, I'm aiming mainly for the first 6 pages. So page 1, 2, 3, I think are the full, and then there's another page, and then there's full page 5, 6 and 7. I'm not sure about that, but I know it's like 6 full pages. And the way it's charted up, I think it's the 3 first in the first, and then in the first row, so to speak, and then there's the 3 first on the second row. But I don't have the numbers or the exact page numbers in my head right now, but I do have it on my chart, and I know exactly what I have to do to get there. But again, I love this so much, and as you can see, it is turning out beautifully. The detail is really great. The color, yeah, I really like it a lot, a lot. It is stitched on a 25 count even weave, and I do stitch 1/1, and I'm working my way from cross country back into parking, diagonal parking, and as usual we'll see how long that lasts. I normally do end up, once I finished like a diagonal or whatever, I do tend to revert back to cross country. I don't know, we'll see. But so far so good. Even though I am a little bit behind, I'm still really happy with the results, and like I said, I'm enjoying the process so much. But so this is what I've been working on, among other things, steampunk portal from Heaven and Earth Design. Another one that I have been working on, which one do I do first? Maybe I do this one, is Sweet Pea, it's called. It's from America, and this is a project that I started because sweet peas were the favorite flowers of my grandmother's on my mother's side. She loved them. She had them in her garden up against a white fence, I remember. She has passed away a long time ago, but yes, I think of her every time I see sweet peas. So that is why I wanted to start this, and that is also why I haven't been stitching on it a lot. And it's not because I don't want to remember it, because of course I do, but it's also I kind of want to savor it a bit, you know, have it around for longer, stitch on it, work on it, and really taking my time with it. It is a really, really nice little project. It's not too big. The Mareka kits they're stitched on, this is stitched on a 16 count, I think, 16 count Ada, and it's with DMC floss, and the colors are really nice and sweet. Pink, a little bit of purple, lilac, delicate greens and darker greens. So yeah, this will turn out nice. So Sweet Pea from Mareka, and I think this is, let me double check, but I think this is because this is stitched with 2 threads over 1 square, and I think that there are some color balloons, maybe I can look it up. Hang on. Yeah, there are a few color blends, not that many, and there are just a few half stitches or 10 stitches, but that is going to be down here where there's more of shading. I think it's supposed to be like a shadow down here. Up here among the flowers, it's mainly full crosses, and like I said, a bit of a blended thread somewhere here and there, but not that many. So yeah, I'm really happy that I got to work with this again. And this is a project that I started, I think, like a year ago, and I will pick it up maybe one more time, but then save it, so I still have this one to work on for a bit longer. It is really nice. I like it a lot. So there's that. I then, sorry about the creepy sound. This is oh, I'm so happy I started this. This is in Heaven and Earth Design. Now, did I need to start this? No. It's a supersized max color, big one. It is called Farewell to Anger by Leonid Afremov, and it is so nice. I haven't been picking it up as much as I would want to. And this is why I am whipping down, that I have my whip down list, so that I next year can focus maybe a little bit more on my bigger pieces and more on my Heaven and Earth Design pieces. And I think I did talk a little bit more about that during my month of hate, which I'm probably gonna do next year also, because that was really a lot of fun. Again, working my way from cross country into parking on the diagonal. Did some stitches down here, going to complete the diagonal, and then we'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be super pretty. I love the artwork with all the colors. It is so nice. So I'm looking forward to moving into the more brighter colors eventually. 25 count, 1/1 full cross is what I'm working on here. So yeah, happy. Now this one, it's called Venice St. Mark's Square. I think it is a realist kit, and I think it is one of the older ones because it's a bit special, and this is the mess that you see here, because they did come in like a little bit of bundles. All the thread were bundled up and tied like this. I haven't again decided what to do with all the threads, so for now I have them like this. Some are not all the way out. I have some of them because this is like the whole skein. Now, yes, could I cut the thread in half and then just loop them on this floss card as a normal floss? Yes, of course I could. The reason why I hesitate is because when you have it like this, you do get to choose the length of the thread, which I do like. So this is why I'm still struggling and still putting up with this type of thing. This is driving me a little bit crazy, but I do try to make it work for now, and until I find a better solution, we'll see. But anyways, again, this one I haven't picked up, and this is partly one reason for it, because it is messy. But when I did pick it up now, I mean, it is a nice project, and Riolis, it's this wool acrylic blended thread. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but I like working with it. This is also a project that I think has a good variation of blocks of colors, and we are going to go into more confetti stuff further down. This is a lot of sky going on up here. Also, as you can see, maybe it's clear, I don't know. The sky is mainly tent stitch or half back or half cross stitch, either with a single thread or with a double thread here, single thread here. So that gives you, I think it kind of shows up, but not really. It gives you a little bit more of variation in the sky, because you get more delicate thread colors and color shifting with just a single thread, and you get a little bit more color of the thread itself when you do the double ones. And then there are of course full crosses with double threads over one square. I'm sure there are gonna be some full crosses with just single one strands also. I can't talk today, sorry. There will also probably be a full cross with just one thread. Usually that is the way it goes with Riolas. There's a little bit of back stitching, but not too much, I think. And because this is tent stitching, I mean, once I picked it up, I did, because I had only, I think I had this bit sort of done. So in just like a couple of days, I did all this bit here, a little bit here, and I think a little bit here. So the sky is stitching up pretty fast, but then we'll see what happens once we get down to the buildings and stuff with the more confetti stuff. This is sort of this is a 14 count Ada. It's a bit soft, and loose, which is nice to hold and sort of to work with, but it does, I think, when you are pulling the thread, sometimes I think that the holes, especially with the 10 stitches, are showing up too much. But yeah, I think that will be less noticeable once you're done and once you get rid of the grid and stuff. So that will probably turn out great. And as I said, I think this is an older kit, because I can see that the chart looks different from what they used to be. For instance, where they fold the paper chart, they have put in an empty row in the middle of the chart, an empty row, so that the fold of the paper doesn't destroy the symbols on the chart, which I think is brilliant, because sometimes actually with the paper charts it can become a little bit confusing right on the fold of the paper if you are folding it and opening it a lot. You can sort of erase the symbols on the middle. So here in the old version, I don't want to show you the chart itself, but yeah, they have put a row of just empty squares just over the fold of the paper, which I think is really genius. They don't do that anymore, but it's such a nice attention to detail, I think. So this is definitely one that I also want to pick up more often. So either I just accept this situation and or I would try to find a better solution for this. But I definitely want to work more on this summer. So for now, that is actually all that I have stitched. Not a lot, but some. And for the next couple of weeks, I'm just gonna try to do as much as I can, and maybe we'll see how much I can, if I can make progress more on some of the projects. But other than that, I'm sort of just hanging in there until midsummer, and then after midsummer things are going to calm down. I do get to then also pencil or write in my calendar all the dates and the hours that I have to work, so that will make it easier also, because right now I'm not quite sure what it's gonna look like. Yeah, so that's it. I do have I have a little bit of a conundrum, because some of you know that I am on a budget. There are some couple of things that I do want to buy that are within the budget, but then on the same side they have other stuff that are maybe not in the budget. So so I'm debating with myself, and in some ways I feel like maybe I should reward myself. I already have. I mean, I did buy myself stuff for my birthday, so I should be happy with that, and I don't need more kits really. But I did want to buy, because these ones are super nice because they are already numbered. They're numbered up to 37. So you can just put these on, and on the kits, for instance, the Rayolas kits, the threads are marked by numbers. So this is super easy, you don't have to do anything. But the ones that I have, they are all just marked up to 37. So if there is more than 37 colors, then I just take another one of those, I put some tape on it, and then number, 38, 39 onward. But on Dream Stitch, for instance, they do have these, but then numbered up to 111, so I wouldn't have to do that even. It's just 3 of these from there's one up to 37, and then the next one starts at 38, and then all the way up, and then the next one starts, and then which would be so cool to have that. And that is in my budget, because that is not so expensive. They also have this needle minder, which is a bigger and a bit longer needle minder, which I thought would be great to try and see, just especially when you are parking, because sometimes it's good. I don't have all the other stuff, you know, the round thingies, but I sometimes use a needle minder to just sort of twirl the thread around just to keep it out of the way. And I was thinking maybe if you have like a longer needle minder, you can just put the thread under and put the needle minder on top, and that would keep the thread sort of in place. So I thought I'd try that, and that again, no problem, within the budget. It's super cheap, really affordable, but there's that thing about, do I order just those things all the way from China? With the shipping and the tax, it's not as cheap anymore. And do I then, if I'm going to order them, do I then also order one kit or two? Because they do have some cheaper kits that are smaller that would be nice to have. And I say nice, I don't need them. I don't need them at all. But it would be nice to have. They are super, super nice. And I mean, I've been looking on other websites too, but I must say that I find more of the kits that I like actually on Dream Stitch than any other site. So yeah, it's a conundrum. I'm gonna think about it a little bit more. It's not a conundrum, I really shouldn't, but if I can afford it, then maybe I should just this once and then hold out for the gift certificate that I'm gonna get later this year. And I don't know, we'll see. I'll try to make a decision for my next Sunday edition. Anyway, enough talking, I'm just blabbing away. So a little bit of stitching. I'm happy with the things that I have gotten done. Really happy that I get to send away the stuff to the winners. And I do wish you have a great summer. If you have the time, please join me for some more Stitch With Me's and maybe the next Sunday edition. And then look ahead a little bit further down the road, you will get a mid-year whip parade from me. Until then, please take care. Bye for now.